Tommy Curran, by the way, said something interesting the other day. I meant to bring this up, I think, at the end of last week, and we never really got to it. He theorized, I saw him on TV the other day, NBC Sports Boston, that Bill said the starting over thing as just a way to answer the question. And then when he got asked all the follow-ups, he sort of had to stick to it. And maybe it wasn't as serious of a statement as we all took it to be, which is starting over. You're starting over now?
That's what Hardy complained about last week. Okay, who are you replacing? Why is he going back?
How the hell can you start over?
Tuesday or Wednesday, and he goes, we're not making any changes.
But I bring up Tommy Curran because he writes today, or yesterday, NBCSportsBoston.com, that with everything that is going on, he says combine the on-field stuff. The misspent money, the unwatchable offense that gets trotted out each week, it's more probable than not that the Bill Belichick era is in its death throes, that this is the end. And I don't think that's a sort of a surprising statement for anyone to have right now.
Yeah.
He said especially following Robert Kraft's softly phrased improve or else edict from March still lingering. Points out a number of mistakes, cavalier coaching decisions, roster decisions, money that's been spent on players that haven't worked out. But then he brings up this. The Senior Bowl is in 4 months. Free agency opens in about 5 months. The draft is only 6 months away. And you sort of tend to think of, well, that's next year, right? All that stuff. This is this year. You're in the middle of the season. The games are happening every week. But in real time, there are big, massive things lingering, decisions that will be happening in the next 4 to 6 months that will impact the future of this team. Big decisions, draft, free agency, all of that. And so he says it's time for Kraft to begin deciding whether Belichick will have the same role, a diminished role, or no role at all when this season ends. He says, and Belichick should start noodling whether he wants to keep on a major checkpoint for this team.
Yeah.
And so you don't think of it in those terms, but if this team wants to make a change, they might start talking to people behind the scenes now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that happens.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that happens. No doubt about it.
You don't wait until January, 15th to do it. You do it in October because there's a lot of pieces that are involved in something like that. And if that's how it goes, you take what you saw on Sunday against the Raiders and you say, that conversation or those backroom conversations that ownership might start having through back channels,
you know what?
That becomes easier and easier.
He probably knows it better than anybody because it probably started with him when he was with the Jets, with Robert here. Because Robert knew that I liked that guy.
Yeah.
And I resigned as HC of the NYJ, and that thing was coming, and that just doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't come together overnight. Just the relationships. And Bill gets here, and he gets rid of all the people that sort of had the communication back and forth, whether it was Johnny Parker, our old strength coach. He was going to do it his way. Yeah. That's the way it operates. It's the way the league operates. How do you not?
They've got a top 5 pick right now, and they've got close to $1 million in phony baloney cap space.
I can't believe you said they got a top 5 pick.
I'm going to tell you that the phony baloney cap space matters because if you have it, teams are pressured or feel pressure to spend it because their fans demand it.
Yeah, you're not $20 million under the cap. You're 100 plus.
Right, exactly. It's not like, we had $20 million when we all say that doesn't matter. You could have spent.
Right.
Oh, you only had 20, you only had 15, you only had 30, whatever that number is. When it's approaching $100 million for next season, you've got no choice but to spend.
Yep.
So they will be spending in the offseason, and they're going to have a top 5 pick right now. That's the way this is trending.
Tackle.
Who do you want running this whole thing? And if you don't want it to be Bill, the time for those conversations starts now, and those conversations get easier by the week watching what the hell's happening on the field, like it did on Sunday in L.A.
Well, you got to ask, too.
Las Vegas.
They probably know the answers more than we would ever know, but who drafted Tyquan Thornton? Was it Matt Groh and his crew, or was it Bill? Bill obviously has final say, but if you're not happy with some of the drafts, especially the current ones, and if, the Cole Strange pick, who was that? Was that Bill? Was that Matt Groh? So then you're having a massive changeover then. If you're keeping Mayo and you're keeping Matt Groh, that's a little bit different. If you're getting rid of Bill and you're getting rid of Mayo, you're probably getting rid of the front office too. So that's paying a lot of people.
It's going to be a big build afoot.
Oh,
But really, what choice do they have? What choice are they going to be left with the way this looks?
You're talking about a lot of contracts that they're going to have to pay out? Yeah. But they'll almost certainly be saving money in whatever they pay the new GM and head coach.
Or if Sean McVay, though, like a guy like that, or some young, offensive guy that has proven himself elsewhere.
The combined salaries of the new GM and head coach are not going to be $25 million.
No. No, they won't. Even if you do get a superstar like McVay.
Yeah, and they're not going to be 10. They're not going to be. It's not going to be 20.
What's he make now?
He's up there. Like, he's in the high teens because Amazon offered $30 million to do color.
But you're not going to pay a GM $8 million a year.
Right.
So
Yeah, Nick didn't make that.
Right. So that's not going to happen. But it might be if you actually do something big and drastic and go all in on trying to get a guy like Sean McVay, which would then take draft capitals, though, to get him out of his deal.
Yep.
To get him here.
What are you going to give the top 5 pick?
And I only think his name is worth throwing around because he's expressed some displeasure with his job there, and I don't know that he loves it there.
Yeah, and he
almost left.
Yeah. He already almost retired. At his age.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
38.
2 years ago.
Burned out at 38. Are you? Yeah. But that's like a guy that, if you're definitely moving on from Bill, that I'd kind of be interested in. Because you're getting a pretty good coach.
It's a big name.
You're not getting some.
That'd be a big fish.
You're not getting some young schlep that's never had a head, Nick Sirianni or something. Yeah. But I mean, it's working in Philly.
Sean McVay and Beal have a lot of similarities. Like 30-something-year-olds trying to scale back. He's only working the pre-games he wants to now.
Bingo.
McVay doesn't want to,
He just popped the baby out, too. Like, his wife's having a baby.
Who?
McVay.
Oh, Beal didn't.
I haven't had a baby in a long time.
You got young kids. You guys get together. You get a kid's haircut. Where you got your
my kids? My kids aren't that young anymore.
How much you pay for your haircut?
Thank you. We could have that right here. Sean McVay could come in and trade Cole Strange right away.
Oh.
Not a fan of that pick.